Elite Ugandan students from high school arrive in a chopper helicopter into their prom. Now, what does this mean? How does this translate to in a society that we are living in? Is this something a reflection of ourselves wherever we are in the world as an African people or not? And what kind of message it sends to the larger Ugandan society and also to Africa. Hello, I am Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent. Now, this news has really attracted a lot of people, meaning that a video of some of Ugandan graduates of elite high school arriving to their school prom in a chopper and many expensive cars has ignited a lot of reaction. Now, the students arrived in a grand style with their prom dates, and they were captured in a different video all over social media. Now, it is now one specific person has, of course, captured so many viewers, which is while many of the students arrived in luxurious cars, one of them arrived in a helicopter with his date. Now, watch this. Watch this. That's that helicopter. You see all these V8s, luxurious cars as well, for other students, and them arriving after that, living with a luxurious car. Now, what does it cost, and how does this translate to? That's something that we are going to look at in this video. Now, look at it. This person or the parent of these children have rented this helicopter for an amount of around 250,000 Kenyan shilling. Okay, I will put it in Uganda also uses shilling, but I'm going to put it in Kenyan shillings. That's how it's reported. By the way, Kenyan shilling is a bit higher than Ugandan shilling. 1,000 Ugandan shilling is about 35 or 34 something Kenyan shilling. Okay, but for now we will use, so this 250,000 Kenyan shilling is close to, it's 1,900 US dollars. That's what the money might seem okay. It's not a big amount for a person who lives outside of the continent and who is earning in those currencies. But for a person who is living in Africa, that is a big amount. Parents or people may have to work years to get that salary, okay, in their pocket or in their bank account. Now, it's not only that, there's more to the story. After arriving in that 250K Kenyan shilling rented chopper, then they leave also with a luxurious rented car, which they paid around 100,000 Kenyan shilling, okay, just for a few hours, like for 6 hours. That's what he paid just for one night. Now, these parents, what gets me is that living in a country where it is poor, where many people don't even have the 3 meal on their table, that they have to struggle even to eat one time in a day, what kind of message you are sending to the society that you are living in? Are you satisfied by putting those amounts just for one night, few hours, your child's prom? What does make you feel? Some of us drive a car that's, that even gives us ourselves even an embarrassment, because you see, as you drive by and as you fly by your own chopper, a lot of poverty on the streets that you could have put your money into something else. Trust me, there are also other category or other people who are saying that the parent did good, he worked, or his parents or her parents have worked hard to give. I mean, eventually the man who paid for the amount for the chopper is the parent of the child, or the son. So he worked hard, so it's up to him to spend it in any way. No, we always have to see how this reflects, how this is translated in a society that we are living in. You should teach your child how to spend the money from the community, that raised him. Believe it or not, his parents may have paid for his education, for all his things, and including a chopper, or for 6 hours to rent, or an hour. But the community that he is living in is the one that gonna shape his thinking and everything. If I mean, that's how you need I mean, how do I impact by my action? And on top of that, the other thing is that these children that whose parents pay for the rent of those luxurious cars, the children don't even know, can't even track how that money is made. How that money is made. It lacks transparency and accountability. They don't even know from where their parents are bringing it. We know that corruption is high in Uganda. I mean, the other countries in Africa are not immune to this. But now, to be specific about the countries that we're talking about, we know that how people are highly corrupted in Uganda. So this is really interesting. But on the other side also, I want to look at it. Isn't this who we are, in a broader sense? That even if we are poor, or we coming from a poor community, I'm not talking about specifically our parents, but the community, the society, the nations that we are coming from, even continentally, we are poor. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Yes, we do have natural resources, but unless we have used it, then we are still poor. Whether you call it colonization, neo-colonization, we are poor. That's the fact. So from the society, coming from that, society, what kind of lesson you are given to the child? And also, how do you translate this in a society that you are living in? So this is the things I think we need to look at it. But if you see it in a broader sense, in general, African people, or can I say it, when you live outside of Africa in a non-Black world, in Europe or in the US, this is how Africans are characterized. I mean, this is a reflection of us. Our leaders like all those extravaganza things to show their money in their banks. They lack accountability, sending their wives for a shopping to London, Paris, New York. This is what we made. Maybe this is the result of the governance systems, the systems that we have put place. This is what it produced. These are the offsprings of the system in Africa, which is highly corrupted and just being showy, lacking accountability and that fair sharing and caring for we all lack that thing, and we're just worried about to show our wealth. So maybe this is what, these are the products of the system that we have put in place. So we cannot look at it now just from one son perspective, or this specific child who arrived in a helicopter for his prom, but we have to look at it. This is why I came here and reporting from the African perspective. Isn't this who we are? Earlier today, I talked about how the Senegalese president, the new elected president, has stopped the airport ceremonies. So this is challenging actually now the tradition of African leaders who who likes all those protocols, taking their time and putting a lot of money when they depart and they arrive and they travel a lot for doing nothing. None of the Western country presidents, we haven't seen them coming that much, but they keep on going. They're being summoned by other leaders, this summit and that summit, and also to do their bilateral, relation with the West. So we see that extravaganza thing, and this young leader, by taking that, he's challenging and setting a new tone. Now, from that report, really, for me to come and talk about now these elite students arriving in a helicopter tells us still we have to challenge our system, the governance system we have put in place. Now, if this ignited a lot of reaction, I will say, well, deservedly. We should look at, to ourselves the way we look at this child or these children who are renting luxurious cars, including helicopters. What do we have in a system? Isn't this what we are reflecting, that we are teaching our children or our young people? And also, look at another example is, look at the American celebrities in Hollywood. Look at in their cribs, what they show you, the number of cars they are driving, but only less than a handful of African Americans have actually wanted or even talked about, let alone doing it, or even talked about investing in Africa and giving back to the community. And even, common citizens like African diaspora, wherever we are in the West, in Europe or in the US, you have seen how the African people are they like more their bling bling and to wear brand clothes and shoes, which you don't see in a native person, whether it's a Germany or a Swiss person or a Swede person. You don't see it so much in a native person what you see in the African diaspora. They work hard, even labor work, and they spend a lot in their clothes and in their shoes, as if we are proving to say we are not poor, while we know our background, while we know how we reached to that point, how many, how much things are paid for us to reach there, to pay brokers, human traffickers. And if you come from a farmer, how your parents sell their land, the animals that they own, all these things, but we still prefer to buy expensive things. So I think for me, the message is that this is the same thing that we need to look at to ourselves. What kind of system we have put in a place? Do we have a better system that, to say, not to criticize this child or this parent, they should have done better? So that's my question to you. And in general, what do you think of this? Please let us know in the comment section. Thanks again for tuning in. Please don't forget to hit that the button of subscribe, and then smash the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we upload videos. Thank you again for all of you who are supporting us through PayPal and who are sending us messages. Thanks again. Please continue to support. It means a lot for us. Again, you can find in the description section our PayPal account, so you can donate to us. It's a bye-bye for me now, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.